Today I really need to tackle my vegetable garden. It's at the back and it's a bit overgrown. Well, it's a lot overgrown. And the squirrels have been digging it up and making a mess, really. There's raspberries at the back, there's an apple tree. All of that is overgrown and really messy. This end of the patch is shaded, so I'm going to put in some brassicas which wouldn't mind the shade. So this is a Romanesco cauliflower. I'm going to use a handheld hedge trimmer and just hack away at this corner. It's a difficult job with one hand. Man, these raspberry canes are like so invasive. Okay, I don't know whether you can see it, but I don't want to make it too skeevy, but that's a leopard slug. I've been led to believe that these are beneficial, so I'm going to leave it be. This here is where I'm going to plant my onions. This area doesn't really get much in terms of sunshine, but I don't think these onions are going to need a lot of that anyway, but we'll see. Okay, I managed to plant everything up. This is the garlic from last winter. It's grown really nicely. I think I might have good garlic. I planted some of the shallots / onions. This is a ranunculus leftover. More garlic, some carrots, the onions, and I've planted a fennel over there. These are, well, little spring onions, 1 or 2 beetroots, and then I've got colettes that I started from seed and planted out earlier on in spring. These are really tiny baby leeks that managed to survive the very early spring planting that I did, and that's Romanesco that I planted today. Let me show you some of the other edibles that I'm growing. So these are the chive flowers that I've had. I've had them in this particular planter, so it's actually not on the ground. It's in a raised planter like this. And this is the second year that it's been in this planter, and it's giving me such beautiful flowers this year. I'm really happy to see these. This year is some tarragon. So usually they say tarragon is well, it's an annual, I guess, but I don't know, I just left it in this planter and it's come back this year taller than ever. It's pretty tall, and I've got more. A similar planter right next to it, and in that I have got lemon thyme. It's so I've got a similar planter right next to it, and I've got lemon thyme in there. It's in fact one of the first herbs that I bought last year, and it's still surviving. This here is a dill. There are some spring onions that I had planted last year. It's still in the ground. It hasn't done anything much, most probably because I didn't water it or do anything. I've just left it there. Let me see whether I can use the leaves later on, perhaps in summer, once it's grown some. And then right next door I have just a pot with some more garlic. This garlic I think I planted in maybe February. It's coming up, so I'm guessing it's going to still give me a good harvest. Because my space is so limited, I have to sort of tuck in things everywhere. So I've got oregano here, and then there's some rosemary. And then I've tried to use this wall to kind of do some more vertical planting. It's not been very successful because I've not been watering it. So my spinach is not doing so well. I'm gonna try and do better over the next few weeks. But I guess what I really wanted to show was, you know, I've used more sort of planters on the wall to grow more herbs. So that here is a different type of thyme. I forget which. There's more chives. We have some mint, and over there I've got some sage. So I've got to say, I have no hopes of trying to be self-sufficient or, not needing the grocery shop ever again. That's not the goal of this little bit of planting that I've got going. I guess what I want is at least to taste some homegrown vegetables, have fun while doing it, grow lots of herbs that I spend a lot of unnecessary money on. So, for example, if you go to the shop and buy 75 cents of thyme, I only use one or two sprigs and then I forget all about it. But this way, I've always got my herbs going, and I don't have to spend, that unnecessary amount of money. Maybe it's costing me a lot more to grow these. Maybe if I actually added up the cost and looked at it, I might think, oh, why? But at the same time, they produce such pretty plants, such lovely fragrance and aromatics, that I think it's worth growing.